All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending the time you're watching us. Welcome to our channel where we get conversation, Santana interviews. You know me, I only interview. I ask questions, the crazy, the good, the bad, the ugly.
Okay.
But thanks so much for your comments. I've been reading some of your comments. Amazing, beautiful. In fact, the ones that has, nuendos, I understand. I know the game. I've been in the game for 2.5 decades, so I understand. I know what's up. But thanks so much. Well, there've been great talents in our music industry way back, from the 70s. Now, today, my guest is one of Ghana's finest female artists, back in the 70s. In fact, in 1977, she was 16 years. She joined the Black Anchor Band. Then later, joined the band that belonged to the Ghana Cocoa Marketing Board, called Sweet Beans Band. She has played, with the big boys from G-Man, Pat Thomas, Kujentry, KK Kabobo, and all the big guys, So today, if we're talking about, those who paved the way, set the pace, well, of course, there were some heroines before her, but she is very unique and distinct. It's no other than Lady Talata.
Yes, I beg. Yes, I beg.
How you doing, Lady Talata?
I'm doing great, baby.
What's your fancy say?
I'm in the U.S.
Where? Which state?
Connecticut.
Connecticut. Hey, what's up? Hi to my family in Connecticut.
What's up, Connecticut? What's up, Princess?
CT,
What's up,
Precious, everybody. Okay, so Lady Talata, take us back in the 70s. Banisana Ura, a music industry name.
Okay, what happened was, like, I always say, I grew up in the barracks, and fortunately for me, they had a lot of army bands in the barracks, and my brother-in-law was a musician, so I used to, he used to play a lot of records, so I learned a lot of songs from there. I used to write, like the copyright, this guy, Jimmy Cliff and Johnny Nash. So by the time I turned 11, I was already singing. So anytime they have the Wasa in the barracks, Wasa is a end of year party for the soldiers, and the band will play.
Now 11 years, I said so. School now.
I was still going to school.
Now, parents allow us, to copyright and follow band.
Yeah, no, we don't. I wasn't following the band. These bands are in the barracks, and when they have the battalion Wasa, okay, it's for children, mothers, and fathers.
Okay, so
and
for the family,
sometimes
the
I'll dance, and then I win the competition.
Okay,
and then they'll put me on stage and I'll sing. So my teachers, my parents, friends, family, everybody knew. So they weren't surprised after elementary Form 4. I started singing,
and they admired it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
So, Banisana Uncle rap band, the Black Anchor.
Okay, this is
that was a Navy band, right?
No. What happened was, I was in Accra. Then I went to visit my grandmother, my family in Tamale.
Okay.
And my mother's mother is from Tamale. So there's a place called Waters Canteen where those years the bands used to go and perform there.
Okay.
So I was passing by.
Our barracks, or
no, this was in
Tamale.
Tamale town. So I was passing by, the promoter framed me. There was a band called Skyhawks from Takoradi.
Yeah, I know Skyhawks.
Yes, they were coming to perform in Tamale. And so the promoter called me because, like I said, Nami Jamu band even when I was in school.
Oh,
barracks. Separate army band no koba.
Okay.
Me no kobo. Right? When I was, and the promoter saw me and said, Comfort, come. So he said, come, I'll buy you Coca-Cola. So I went. Listen, so I went, and then I went inside the place where the band was playing. So I went and stood. I was very young, so I went and stood by where the speaker was, right? And I was watching the band, and the band, some of the songs they were playing instrumentals, right? So when one of the singers, later on I found out his name is Ishmael Mensah, he came and stood by the speaker, and I said, excuse me, why are you playing instrumentals? Then he looked at me and said, what do you know by instrumentals? I said, you just played Help. And he said, oh, okay. We traveled, and because of the dust, I'm choked. So some of the songs, I can't sing them because, because of the pitch. And I said, can I sing for you? She said, you can sing? I said, yeah. So he took me to the band leader. The band leader, the then band leader was called Ogo, Sergeant Ogo. He's dead.
He's passed.
He's passed on. May he rest in peace. So he told Ogo in Fanti, also pedal to know, you know, he called Ogo. Ogo came. It was a stage. So Ogo walked to us and said, also pedal to him. So Ogo looked at me. She said, you want to sing? I said, yes. And then Ogo said in Fanti, because he didn't know, say Tamale, he didn't know I could speak Fanti, right? He said, on back to Ogu. I said, nah, you know. So they asked me what I can sing. And I said, Jesus Keepeth My Soul. You know that song, right?
Yeah.
So they played the song. So while I was singing, then they said, what can you sing again? So I ended up singing 6 songs.
Wow.
The last song was Let's Get It On. And those years, that time, not Jerry Rollins, Lieutenant Jerry Rollins, and Captain Okankwe, he was also a lieutenant, and then Chumisianto, Partington, they were all in Tamale because Rollins and some of they were training at Mile 9.
I mean,
Mile 9,
Airborne Force.
So they were there.
So Rollins was not a president by then.
No.
He wasn't head of state.
He wasn't.
It wouldn't even Rollins.
I knew them. So they were sitting there. They were sitting facing the stage when I went to sing, right? So after I sang the Let's Get It On, Okankwe came and held my hand and then took me to their chair. And it's because they know me, because some of my sisters, some cousins there now, they were, you know, beautiful. So they were dating these guys. So I went and sat with them. So we're sitting there. Then the band leader, Ogo, came with their army officer. So when Ogo came, they said, what do you want? She's a young girl. She goes, no, sir. We are performing for you, sir. And we wanted to come and sing tomorrow, sir. They were performing in the barracks.
And I'm going to introduce you.
And almost in Metuna, Okankwe said, she's a barracks girl, she'll come and sing. Because some of them yeah. So, yes, I'm there. Almost in barracks. Me barracks on me. But my grandmother lived in the city. I didn't tell them to material ready and me come here now. Me call jam over. So when I jammed them, they came to see my father. They went to see my father and said they want to take me to tuck riding. And my father said, this one, she just came back. You can take her anywhere.
That's I won't tell you.
Because I was Accra. You know, I was staying with my uncle.
That's that time when did you say?
My year 15 at that time.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's Ufifi at the age of 15.
Oh, maybe from 4. That my year 14 and a half. And then me call.
Okay, so fast forward. Now you've joined band professionally.
Yeah.
Or first band, your band.
And to almost me call Tuck Friday, no. You know, I went to Tuck Friday. I stayed with Mr. Ogo. And the daughter. The daughter was 1 year older than me. To me bomb band for 1 month. And Ogo said, no, this band is not for you. And I me call CK man, Carousel 7.
Yeah.
Me call no more rehearsals. Penny phone choir. And he said no. And I me call Coconut 7. You know the band, Coconut 7. To me call Coconut 7, no. I jammed with them for 3 months. And almost say, almost got a man Kumasi. You never found. And almost them come. So when I went there, I was with them for 6 months. And they said me bar. I cried almost the same. So that's how it is.
It is that a name for saying
Connie Heidi.
Connie Heidi.
Yes.
2 back cranny a fro.
Yeah, yes, no.
Yeah,
TV in Talata.
Ubeko TV so.
Yeah, Beko TV so. And a band, Black Star Line band. Say some Apadia, they are going to change the name of the band to Black Uncle.
Oh.
So because my name is Connie Heidi, obviously it's so Americanized. It means pet a dean for and I'm saying dean rain, we sound a friend here. And almost says a dean like Christian Zuma, you know, and so on. And Christian Zuma was reigning at that time. And I'm saying, me, I will my brother Tuesday. The Tuesday means Talata. And almost say, okay, and Talata, Heidi. But your call broadcaster, interview. I think it was by Yawa Samoa or something. To our interview, no say, or because say Talata Heidi, no. Say Heidi, so in Ghana, and he went me and pronounced it, no,
Heidi, no.
And was Lady Talata and the Kai.
Wow.
So that's how I got the Lady Talata.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
you know, amazing how things happen.
Yeah.
You know, she got the name by default.
Yes, Lady Talata.
Yeah.
And the Heidi come, you know, so that's
okay. So Black Uncle.
Yeah.
Who are some of prominent artists on your performing?
Oh, Andy Vance, Charles Samoa, Danny Cox, Ben Mingle, different Kakra, you know, good hands. You know, say I was there for like 6 months or 7 months, and Sweet Beans were taught me, and you know,
Uko join Sweet Beans.
yeah, because I
So
was
you share Smart
looking
in
for-
cancer.
no
Smart soon
David
soon.
Smart. I didn't meet him. Smart, you know, oh that time my boss Sweet Beans are Smart, you know. Send that talks from
Omuko Sweet Talks.
tea soon.
Soon soon.
No.
If you want to share no Sweet Beans.
Oh, Sweet Beans, yeah. Say na Pa Thomas,
Pa
when they
Thomas,
were
mhm.
and they were late to General Champions party at Bemakam. And on Muguba.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the guy.
It is Sweet Beans.
Pa Thomas Sweet Beans.
Pa Thomas Sweet Beans.
Yes.
So Pa Thomas the tea.
Yeah, Pa Thomas Sweet Beans, you know.
Uh-huh.
That time I made me Bob Black Uncle.
Okay. It will be joining Sweet Beans. Sweet Beans want to be poachy.
Sweet Beans, you go Pa Thomas and the Sweet Beans.
Okay.
You go overnight.
Because of Omutu a champion.
There be year late.
Okay.
No more but I'm a champion Bemakam. And year late pa.
Oma Bantem.
Mantem. So when they got there, no, when they near about Labadi Beach and a Pa Thomas Mumbai, they came to Jamas. So I was wondering, say, because a champion no time, no, say baby, we go and help because even though I'm Bob and the name we go and help because a champion, Mrs. Free Fan, they taught us in school. Well,
General Afrifa.
yes,
the head of state.
When I was like in class 3, class 4.
And this is very interesting.
Well,
so it happened that Pa Thomas, legendary uncle,
oh yeah, Gubano.
Okwako performing. I'm at the head of state, a champion
Not him, the Sweet Beans.
on Sweet Beans band, and we late.
And they were the biggest band in the country.
And because of that, the band was
And
dissolved.
the next day, and a champion group band.
Interesting.
Yes, group band. And actually, advertises. I mean, I was at number of practice. And this guy came to approach me. Said, say me bas Sweet Beans. And it wasn't only me, Danny Cox and Ben Mengel. You know, they were in the band too. And they said they wanted us. Me, you know, why I left Black and Kono? Because Black and Kono almost per master. But I left the band because I was looking for accommodation. Because I was a star. When you go for me, that form, I will be my couple. You know, I wanted my own accommodation.
Now, what banding now in your sky?
Oh, yes, but I was young. Come on, I was like 16. You know, who cares about 16?
It is that time. Rebecca said, and now
and
Rebecca said, we are quite bonny.
Yeah.
Be me myself.
I mean, you see, my near ding. You see, me tabaras, you know. I know what is wrong. Also, what's tabaras out? So they're for no. Dear, one colano, better wafa ho embarrass. But the embarrass for we are so you know to grab us you can do it. You know, ain't you know, like I said, ain't your cast me yammy dying. Yes, you know, the system one. So I jumped the gun and I was Sweet Beans, and then I was there for 12 years.
12 years.
Yes.
So now you had your own accommodation.
Everything, yeah.
You had your own room.
Yeah.
Who was your first boyfriend? Osha Aviku Santana interviews with Lady Talata. In the 80s when we were watching TV.
Yeah.
I mean, she would come on TV with a band on the performing, you know, Mashisho leather, you know, dress and Santiago shoes and, you know, playing, you know, the boats, the Otis Redding, the Shalamar.
That's right. the Shaka Khan,
The Guyana Ross,
and Dana Summer.
And yeah, easy those days. I mean, that thing that you be crying about Ghana, and you'll be a grand and the whole TV. You say, you know, Papa, no, me a catch you for the whole TV.
Right.
I'm going for the TV with you. So, bands in Ghana today, a good. It be new, even the leaders, they don't have their bands. And say me who your Bobaji Adolfo band, the bass and now so rickety. And I mean even Sunsum band in New York.
No, Sunsum.
Because be a Amachi Dede and his Apollo High Kings and a Kudwentry band, Mr. Simons. But bands ain't yet vibrant as it used to. What do you think has accounted for this?
You know, I left this country over 30 years ago. But before I left in 89. So I think 91, and everything collapsed. Bands collapsed.
Why?
Because the DJs took over. And when the DJs took over, they were playing our music, better sound. You know, like when you get a DJ to perform, they don't only perform one song, they play everybody's song. And you know, in the 80s also, that's when we started coming out with music like Kojo Ntwi, Kojo Akwai, Thomas Frimpong, Charles Samoa, me, Pozo Hayes, Ambule, Obia, everybody came up with a song. You know, a lot of Rex Jenfi, G-Man. Well, who ain't no say, Okofa DJ. Obepo Nubli Nama, Yaudaku, yes, George Dako, Lidodu.
Yeah.
You see, so we had good music. So Okofa band back one, Okofa Sweet Beans. Yeah, there be that time about copyright. I start from French, maybe Nigeria, then you know, that's a different story. But this band, will be the name Maba, you know, it's, you know, DJs, you know, almost bought your friends, almost bought what do you call it? Those songs, not a Kojo Daddy Anoma and all that. And the people were getting the feel of the DJs than the band.
Anyway, so big shout out to Skyhawk Sounds, Mech Sounds, and later X105.
I'm not giving them big shout out.
When I say big shout out,
I'm just kidding.
We are the generation that came from that generation.
Yeah.
Even though I was also following bands, you know, from 1988. I know Nama and be a DJ, you know, we also came into the scene in the 90s.
Yeah.
So Ghana's oldest slay queen, Lady Talata and Etritre and Kobo. So see how I'm saying
one.
Oh, worry. Did you ever get married?
Yes.
Who did you marry?
Some guy in the US.
Ghanaian?
No.
You never married a Ghanaian? Why?
I don't know. It never happened. No. I did. Me because I maybe for not me quite many boy. I didn't have a point.
Now for me, from Abia Barracks, you know, I lived in the barracks and I saw how some of the soldiers treated their wives. Or Fagalia, you know, and then big no offended there. When I was living in Bema camp, I think I was like, that's I'm gonna be more black and for Nana black. Now who chemwa? I remember say the ex head of state, the late head of state, Achampong, General Achampong, not General Achampong, not our two nephews in the army were workshop or they were recruits. Me chemwa, no more gather, no more fresh. Oh, and that thing pisses me off.
Now President Wofa say S.
So that word, now I didn't like it. So Miss Noble, my now most so fear. Me get who fetch and so forth. You know. Yeah, that means my 10 me no 1 month out. Me no be consa.